If you watch this young player play at all, you know he's all about winning.
Being a 6'8" point guard that you can build around.
What he's doing at the second highest level of basketball in the world is unprecedented for European players.
Me, I just like his confidence, to have that confidence on that level.
He is a savant in ball screens.
It didn't matter if it was Antetokounmpo, Porzingis, or even Dirk Nowitzki. No team, no player has ever done what he's doing.
Slovenian sensation Luka Doncic comes alive in transition at 6'8", 230 pounds. He's a powerful athlete off 2 feet in space. He loves to attack defensive rebounds and push with purpose. He can pull up from 3. He can stop on a dime in mid-range spots. But where Doncic really has a chance to be special is as a playmaker in transition. He has outstanding vision at 6'8", can see over the top of the defense and locate open shooters. Also extremely creative both with his handle and his deliveries, regularly mixing in behind the back passes, no looks, and just playing with a level of confidence you don't always see from a 19-year-old. Doncic is arguably the most versatile prospect in this draft, starting with his ball screen scoring. He punishes guards for going under screens and can shoot it going to his left, to his right. Great balance and rotation, NBA range, and he can also create space with pullback dribbles. Played most of the season with the ball in his hands and is very comfortable in these situations. He's also capable of stopping on a dime, rising up in mid-range spots versus drop coverages, and then using his size, IQ, and savvy to keep his defender on his back, get to different spots on the floor, and finish with pull-ups or short-range floaters. Although he looks a bit heavy-footed versus athletes, Doncic is no stranger to making big shots in isolation situations, whether it's versus guards or against switches. He creates space with step backs going to his left, dancing behind the line, getting his feet set and knocking down tough shot after tough shot. Can also get it going to his right. It doesn't always look pretty, but Doncic creates just enough separation to get to that lethal pull-up jumper. Here against Kristaps Porzingis and the Latvian national team, he again dances behind the three-point line with that patented step back going left over the outstretched arm of the 7'3" Porzingis. Because he's a threat to pull up from beyond NBA 3, Doncic is able to use that live dribble, change of pace, and deception to get to the rim, using his 6'8" frame to stride it out here against Kristaps Porzingis, then again against Adrian Payne, picking him up well beyond the three-point line. Now, he's not the most traditionally athletic player, but he's 6'8" with a big body and a powerful athlete when he has his momentum behind him. But he's really more of a finesse finisher in the half court, regularly dropping in slow-down, one-foot runners here against Kristaps Porzingis, using his size to take him right to the middle of the paint, then dropping in the touch shot over the 7'3" center. Doncic loves to take smaller defenders down on the block where he can score with patience, footwork, and touch. He has turnarounds over either shoulder, and he's really a big body at 6'8", close to 230 pounds, the size of a modern forward in today's NBA game. Forward-thinking coaches can use Doncic as a screener, create a mismatch where he can get to those turnaround jumpers, or counter off of that with up and unders. Doncic is most special and unique with the ball in his hands, but he's also comfortable playing off the ball. He can catch and shoot with great balance, rotation, and touch. He's also improved his ability to rise up in mid-range spots when you run him off the line. He can hard plant 1-2, impressive balance, really smooth game overall. Also, great thinker, reading scrambling defenders, can attack a closeout and finish with floaters. 19-year-old Luka Doncic has the best mind in this draft. He's the best passer top to bottom, especially in pick and roll. There's nobody better at hitting that weak side corner out of ball screens than the teenage Slovenian sensation. He fires hook passes on the money, and the confidence and accuracy to which he throws these passes is well beyond his years. Simply picks teams apart when he gets going to his right in pick and roll. Doncic toys with weak side defenders, manipulating them with his eyes before rifling a no-look one-handed hook pass to the roller down the middle of the lane. He's not a traditional athlete or a break-you-down ball handler, but the fact that he can pick teams apart without getting a piece of the paint is part of the reason his NBA transition should be fairly seamless. Doncic figures to thrive with a vertical spacer at the NBA level. He's an accurate, intelligent lob passer, also does a great job of playing at different speeds, playing with pace, and showing some flair in his deliveries. If he's surrounded with shooting, another shot creator next to him, and a dynamic roller, Doncic should pop as a playmaker in ball screens. The defensive concerns surrounding Doncic are a bit overblown, especially when you consider his off-ball impact when he's fully engaged. Has excellent instincts, 8'9" standing reach, here rotating for the weak side block, strong anticipation in the passing lanes as well, just a great basketball IQ and feel for the game on the defensive end, and has also shown us flashes on the ball here against Bogdan Bogdanovic, making him work for every single ounce of this bucket. He can improve his body, but he's competitive with positional size and instincts, and he's an elite rebounder. Not always a box-out guy, but there are few guards who attack defensive rebounds quite like Luka Doncic. Although extremely poised for a 19-year-old, Doncic did have his troubles against aggressive ball pressure, coughing it up multiple times in the backcourt this season. But the bigger question is his ability to create high percentage shots against athletes. Here you can see just not all that flexible, changing speeds and changing directions. Just lacks a degree of wiggle with the ball. Really at his best with another shot creator next to him. Not all that quick twitch or forceful shifting gears. And the majority of his shot creation possessions end in a tough pull-up jumper here against an NBA caliber defender in DeAndre Kane. Pounds it, dancing with the ball, unable to get anything going, and has to force up a double-team jump shot at the buzzer. He's proven he can get to step-backs against switches to his right, to his left, but he has had issues against more athletic bigs. He's not all that elusive with the ball. Handle can get a little bit sloppy, as you see here. Just not the type of athlete who's going to put a ton of pressure on the rim against switches. Has to use a lot of dribbles to get to these off-balance jump shots, which raises the question, can he be the number one shot creator or option on an NBA team? Doesn't attack more athletic bigs in pick and roll drop situations here with Jonah Bolden squaring him up, unable to get downhill, gets stripped, and then against Kristaps Porzingis at Eurobasket, good opportunity to change speeds, change direction, and get downhill, but he settles for an off-balance three. Even when he does have a defender on his hip, he opts to bounce out for the step-back three, needs to find more ways to get all the way to the rim in the half court. He has positional size and is a decent 2-foot leaper in space, but Doncic just doesn't get great extension around the rim, especially off 1 foot in traffic. He was the beneficiary of a lot of calls at the EuroLeague level that may not be there early on in his NBA career. Goes up without a plan at times and just doesn't have the freakish length or explosiveness to lean on in traffic. There are questions about Doncic's long-term defensive upside. He's not all that quick or rangy on the ball, doesn't always sit down in a stance, and has trouble containing the ball against more athletic guards. Frame is a bit pudgy, tight in the back and hamstrings, and an average wingspan for his size. His defensive fundamentals and focus tend to break down in ball screen situations, especially when guards reject the screen. He projects really more as a big wing combo forward defender, but he struggles with athletic wings and isn't the most physical post defender. Here Deshaun Thomas going through him on the block, and then Thomas again blowing right by him on the mid post rip through and finish. The 19-year-old also has trouble navigating screens off the ball, as he doesn't have the most wiry, elusive frame, and he isn't immune to lapses in awareness.
Why should NBA fans be excited about him coming into the league?
Primarily because he's doing things in Europe that have never been done before.
The childhood prodigy turned Real Madrid star is hands down the draft's most skilled and NBA-ready prospect. We've never seen a 19-year-old European prospect accomplish what Doncic has, winning EuroLeague MVP and helping lead his nation to a European championship. He fits perfectly in the modern NBA at 6'8" with transition flair, versatile shot making, and the instincts of a point guard. Doncic has as high a floor as any prospect in the draft, but there are questions about his ceiling. Not the most elusive athlete, Doncic projects as an adequate defender at best. He also struggles to create efficient offense against long athletes, begging the question, can he be the number one option on a top-tier playoff team? With all that said, the Slovenian sensation is all but a sure thing, and there's no better pure basketball player in the draft than Luka Doncic.
You know, Luka Doncic is obviously playing right now in the EuroLeague Final Four. He has strong ties to our head coach and is one of the top young European players I've ever seen and I've ever scouted.